Welcome to this expert technical session on implementing Retrieval-Augmented Generation, commonly known as RAG, within your Microsoft Foundry applications. Welcome to this expert technical session on implementing Retrieval-Augmented Generation, commonly known as RAG, within Microsoft Foundry. When building generative artificial intelligence applications, developers quickly encounter a fundamental limitation: the knowledge problem. Large language models are trained on absolutely massive datasets, but that training data inherently has a strict chronological cutoff date. More importantly, these foundational models completely lack access to your organization's private, proprietary data, such as internal HR policies, secure financial reports, or real-time product catalogs. When a user asks an AI agent a specific question about your private data, and the model lacks the relevant context, it relies solely on its base training. This often causes the model to guess, generating responses that sound incredibly plausible but are entirely factually incorrect, a phenomenon known as hallucination. To decisively solve this enterprise challenge, we use Retrieval-Augmented Generation. RAG is a sophisticated architectural pattern that connects your generative AI models to your real-time organizational knowledge sources. Instead of relying on static training data, a RAG-enabled agent dynamically retrieves relevant information from a secure data source and injects it directly into the prompt before the model ever attempts to generate a response. This fundamental shift from static knowledge to dynamic retrieval delivers critical advantages. It provides real-time updates without ever requiring expensive model retraining. It enables source transparency by showing users exactly which documents inform the response, and it ensures factual grounding to eliminate fabricated information. By implementing RAG, you transform a generic language model into a highly accurate, trustworthy enterprise assistant that strictly adheres to your corporate truth. Let us explore the mechanics of this powerful architectural pattern in the next slide, detailing exactly how the system processes user queries. This foundational understanding is crucial for any AI engineer looking to deploy production-ready agentic systems in the cloud. Without RAG, querying a model about private enterprise data results in failure. The model simply does not possess the proprietary information within its pre-trained neural network weights. This flowchart highlights the danger of the knowledge problem. To successfully implement Retrieval-Augmented Generation in your application, you must deeply understand its three coordinated operational steps: retrieve, augment, and generate. Let us break down this execution pipeline. When a user submits a prompt, for example, asking a customer support agent about a highly specific corporate vacation policy, the system intercepts this query. Step 1 is the retrieve phase. The application takes the user's question and executes a rapid semantic search against a predefined enterprise data source, looking for text chunks that are highly relevant to the intent of the query. Step 2 is the augment phase. Once the relevant information is successfully retrieved from your secure database, the system takes those extracted text snippets and dynamically injects them into the original prompt. The prompt is thus augmented with highly specific, factual context that the generative model did not previously possess. Step 3 is the generate phase. The newly augmented prompt, which now contains both the user's original question and the freshly retrieved enterprise facts, is securely transmitted to the large language model. The model processes this massive contextual payload and generates a comprehensive, highly accurate response based strictly on the provided documents. By explicitly feeding the model the exact context it needs, you completely bypass its reliance on its generalized, potentially outdated training weights. Furthermore, this intelligent mechanism fundamentally forces the model to generate explicit citations, allowing end users to easily verify the precise source of the facts. The file search tool in Microsoft Foundry natively facilitates this process, enabling the model to seamlessly answer complex questions from your own uploaded policy documents and knowledge files. Understanding this three-step orchestration is absolutely critical for enterprise architects, as it highlights exactly where you must focus your continuous optimization efforts to ensure peak application performance, data security, and unwavering response accuracy. By explicitly appending the file_search tool in the API request, you instruct the Microsoft Foundry model to dynamically retrieve relevant documents from the associated knowledge base before generating its response. This visual demonstrates the three-stage RAG pipeline. While the concept of Retrieval-Augmented Generation is incredibly powerful, building a production-grade RAG system entirely from scratch requires massive technical expertise. Historically, developers had to manually configure complex vector databases, write intricate data embedding pipelines, endlessly tune mathematical retrieval algorithms, and manage fragile search infrastructure. Furthermore, if your enterprise required 3 different AI agents, you often had to build 3 entirely separate, redundant RAG systems. Microsoft elegantly solves this immense architectural burden with Foundry IQ. Foundry IQ is a fully managed, enterprise-grade knowledge platform specifically designed for AI agents and built directly on top of the powerful Azure AI search engine. It provides advanced retrieval capabilities as a highly optimized, shared service that multiple different agents can utilize simultaneously. With Foundry IQ, you no longer write custom retrieval logic or manage the underlying search infrastructure. The platform automatically handles the complex process of chunking your documents, generating vector embeddings, and executing semantic ranking algorithms to ensure the absolute most contextually appropriate information surfaces first. By algorithmically ranking results, Foundry IQ drastically reduces the number of tokens required for agent responses, saving significant computational costs. It also automatically provides precise citations, so agents can reference exact source documents, building immense user trust. This intelligence runs completely without custom backend code. You simply define what your knowledge bases contain, and Foundry IQ intelligently determines exactly how to retrieve that data. This managed approach accelerates your time to market while completely standardizing data governance across your entire fleet of generative AI applications. By centralizing your retrieval architecture, you empower your developers to focus exclusively on refining the agent's core reasoning logic and improving the user experience, rather than wrestling with complex vector mathematics. This script illustrates how seamlessly you can bind a managed Foundry IQ knowledge base directly to an agent upon creation. The SDK entirely abstracts the underlying vector search complexity away from the developer. This architecture shows the shared knowledge advantage. To maximize the effectiveness of Microsoft Foundry IQ, you must carefully configure the underlying data sources that fuel your knowledge bases. The true power of a RAG implementation lies entirely in the breadth, accuracy, and security of the enterprise data it can access. Foundry IQ seamlessly integrates with a vast array of critical data repositories. For unstructured data like massive PDF manuals, architectural diagrams, or historical reports, you can connect directly to Azure Blob Storage containers. If your organization relies heavily on collaborative workflows, you can securely connect Foundry IQ directly to Microsoft SharePoint. This specific integration is incredibly powerful because it provides real-time access to highly dynamic workplace content while strictly adhering to Microsoft 365 governance and user-delegated access permissions. Your agents will only retrieve SharePoint documents that the requesting user is explicitly authorized to view. Additionally, for massive analytical workloads, you can connect your knowledge bases to Microsoft Fabric OneLake, tapping into your organization's centralized data lake. Alternatively, you can link directly to an existing Azure AI search index if your data engineering team has already built a highly tuned knowledge mining pipeline. When configuring these integrations, security is absolutely paramount. You must utilize managed identities and secure authenticated pathways to ensure your AI agents retrieve data without relying on highly vulnerable hard-coded API keys. By expertly configuring these secure data sources within Foundry IQ, you transform isolated language models into incredibly deeply integrated, highly secure enterprise knowledge brokers that instantly deliver accurate answers drawn directly from your most trusted, confidential corporate data repositories. This centralized data strategy completely eliminates the need to build isolated data pipelines for every single new agent you deploy. Instead, you create a robust, singular knowledge ecosystem that securely scales alongside your organization's rapidly evolving artificial intelligence initiatives. This configuration object demonstrates establishing a highly secure link between Foundry IQ and a SharePoint repository, specifically enforcing user-delegated managed identities to respect strict corporate file permissions during retrieval. This flow highlights secure data integration. Connecting your data sources to Foundry IQ is only half the battle. The next critical step is explicitly configuring your agent's system instructions to strictly control its retrieval behavior. This is where many enterprise RAG implementations completely fail. You can have perfectly indexed content with excellent semantic ranking, but if your agent does not know exactly when or how to use the knowledge base, users will receive highly inconsistent and dangerous results. You must meticulously craft system messages that enforce strict behavioral guardrails. First, explicitly instruct the agent that it must prioritize searching the provided knowledge base before attempting to answer any user query. Second, you must aggressively enforce a graceful fallback policy. If a user asks a question that falls entirely outside the scope of your knowledge base, such as asking an HR bot about the weather or complex machine learning algorithms, the agent must be explicitly commanded to state, "I do not have that information," instead of probabilistically guessing based on its base training data. Without these rigorous instructions, the agent will inevitably hallucinate unverifiable responses. Furthermore, your instructions must mandate that every single factual claim includes an explicit citation referencing the retrieved documents. You should proactively test these instructions in the Microsoft Foundry Model Playground by submitting a diverse array of test queries. Submit straightforward factual questions to verify direct retrieval, complex questions requiring multi-document synthesis, intentionally ambiguous questions to test the agent's ability to ask clarifying follow-ups, and strictly out-of-domain questions to absolutely guarantee your graceful fallback mechanisms trigger correctly. By enforcing these rigid behavioral constraints at the prompt layer, you guarantee that your AI agent consistently behaves as a secure, factual information retrieval system, rather than a creative, unpredictable conversationalist. This is the absolute essence of responsible generative AI engineering. These strict system instructions act as unyielding behavioral guardrails, They force the agent to prioritize data retrieval, mandate verifiable citations, and aggressively implement a graceful fallback to completely eliminate hallucinations. This visual diagrams the prompt engineering logic flow. The agent attempts retrieval. If data is found, it generates a cited answer. In our final slide, we focus on evaluating the absolute quality of your RAG implementations and leveraging the shared knowledge advantage. When you utilize Microsoft Foundry IQ, you build a centralized knowledge architecture. Instead of maintaining isolated pipelines, multiple distinct AI agents, such as an HR assistant, a developer API guide, and a customer support bot, can all seamlessly query the exact same highly optimized vector indexes. This drastically reduces redundant compute costs and massively simplifies enterprise data management. However, as you deploy these agents into production, you must rigorously and continuously evaluate their response quality using automated metrics within the Foundry SDK. A high-quality RAG response must successfully demonstrate 4 critical characteristics. First is grounding, mathematical verification that the information comes strictly from the knowledge base, not the base model's training data. Second is citation, ensuring every single factual claim includes explicitly verifiable source references. Third is relevance, objectively confirming the retrieved content directly answers the user's specific question. Finally, completeness, guaranteeing the agent provides thoroughly synthesized answers rather than isolated, unhelpful data fragments. If your continuous monitoring detects low scores in any of these areas, you must iteratively refine your system instructions and adjust your semantic ranking configurations. By systematically evaluating these metrics, you ensure your RAG applications deliver unparalleled enterprise value. Mastering these advanced retrieval augmentation techniques completely separates novice developers from true enterprise architects, empowering you to build incredibly trustworthy AI ecosystems. See you in the next lesson. Thank you for joining this deep dive. If you found this session valuable, please make sure to like and subscribe. Also visit quicktechie.com for premium certification prep, including extensive Q&A banks, comprehensive ebooks, expert audiobooks, customized training, and exclusive interview guides. Keep building intelligently. This automated script uses the Foundry SDK to mathematically score the RAG implementation. By enforcing a strict threshold on the groundedness metric, the pipeline acts as an impenetrable quality gate against ungrounded updates. This evaluates the RAG quality gate. Test queries generate specific scores for grounding, citations, and relevance.
Welcome to quicktechie.com. So just type in quicktechie.com here. Then you can go through the material which is provided by QuickTechie. So we have first of all video courses which you can go here and you can find the various video courses across the technologies as well as finance domain. So if you see in Microsoft, we have 8 programs currently running. Next, you can go through the ebooks available. So all the ebooks which are in PDF format today, and you can download this. So let me go through Microsoft certification ebooks. You can click on any of this and you can see this is the PDF available for you to download. So these are the premium ebook mostly available on quicktechie.com platform only. Now the second part is exam simulator. As we primarily focus on the all technology companies and finance domain certification preparation material, so this is company wide listed here and you can go through this. So let me go through the Microsoft one again. You can see these are all Microsoft related certification. AB 730 exam, if you open it, so you can see here this, and all the practice papers are available here. Today we have a 5 practice paper. So click on the first practice paper, it would load the questions. You can answer this question. This is way you can answer it and you can move to the next question. Now the third material we wanted to highlight is an audiobook. So we started recently with the audiobooks as well, which you can listen on the go, and various technology wise ebooks are available. And at the last, this is our alumni. These people who are subscribing to our courses and this platform, they are all listed here. And at the end, I wanted to tell you, if you find any course or training or certification preparation material which you want to get us prepare for yourself, please put on the comment section. If you're watching on YouTube, on Udemy, or on this platform itself, quicktechie.com, then please put the comment, or you can even send an email to using this contact us options here. You can directly do the WhatsApp message. You can call us on this numbers as well.